Record. Yay, I did it. You guys have got to be so proud of me getting right back on this horse. Come on now. Come on now. Let's see. Oh, not back on the horse, evidently. An error has occurred. Uh-oh. We'll see if this works. Presenting. Where information is power and kindness is key, y'all. It's time for Town Hall Tea. Now, in the coming weeks, you guys are going to have to say that with me. We're going to get used to it. So let's try it again. Where information is power and kindness is key, y'all. It's time for Town Hall Tea. If you participated, I'm very proud of you right now. Very proud. So today we're going to talk about, what does the president even do? All this talk about a presidential election, what is the job of the person who's going to be elected into the presidency? And so, I mean, we know that they get to live in a really sweet crib right there. I'm going to move that down. This is the White House. It was not always white. During the War of 1812, it was burned really badly and they painted it white. And so now it is the White House. Did you know that? I don't think you did. Maybe you did. Pretty cool fact. What else does the president do? Well, the president also gets to get driven around in a really fancy tank. That's right. They protect the president in the Beast, is what they call it. It's a fortified vehicle that has like humongous steel walls and bulletproof glass. And then the Secret Service trucks alongside, right? And usually it has like flags and stuff waving. But that's not all the president does. The president gets to write all the laws, right? No, the president does not get to write all the laws. Wait, I had a really cool like X thing. There it goes. No, the president doesn't write any laws. People get all bent out of shape and say the president's going to do this, the president's going to do that. But the president doesn't even write the laws. Congress writes the laws. So we'll talk more about Congress later, but they are the legislative branch. Legi means writing. The president gets to sign them into law. So Congress writes a bill and sends it to the president, and the president likes it. Sure, I'll sign that, and signs it away. If the president doesn't like it, he can stamp it. Bam, veto. No go. Veto means the bill is not going to be a law. So what is it? If it's not all about living in the White House and driving around in a fancy tank and I can't even write a law, what are they even doing? So a president represents a platform of issues and has a vision for our country. And I'm going to stop sharing the screen for just a second. I have told you guys before that, well, I don't really know what I'm doing here. Oh, here, I like that better. I have told you guys before that we really shouldn't be focusing on the person who's running, and this is the reason why. The person is representative of a platform of issues. And I had on that slide 4 issues, but that should probably be multiplied by 10 or maybe even 100. There are hundreds of issues that these presidential candidates are running on, and they have very different visions for our country. So, for example, some of the issues, we are currently kind of sort of involved in a war between Ukraine and Russia. And when I say we're involved, our government is providing lots of money to one side of this conflict. And some of the candidates agree with that and some of the candidates don't. There's also a huge conflict in Israel between Israelis and Hamas, or the Palestinians. That's huge. And it has made its way, like some of that anger has made its way into America. And these two candidates have very different views. Miss Connor, those are like an ocean away. Okay, then let's talk about immigration. Each candidate has a very different view of how they would handle what's happening at our southern border. And we are the southern border. Like, Texas is the southern border. And so it is very close to home what these candidates really do represent. So you're going to hear a lot of noise, guys. You're going to hear a lot of noise about this one looks and acts this way, and this one did this 20 years ago, and this one, it should not matter what they look like. It should not matter where they went to college. No, none of those things has a bearing on their vision. If we have these two people, remember our popsicle sticks? We have these people and we have these people, and they get to decide the direction of our country. You really need to know what direction we're heading, okay? So you're going to hear a lot of noise about the people, but I challenge you to focus on the platform, the issues at stake, because they are both very, very different. And I don't know where I put my popsicle sticks. Hold on. Remember, oh, did you see that? That was cool. No, don't look behind the curtain. The great and powerful Oz is back there. Remember, most of us look like this. And we have thoughts and opinions that come from both sides. We have some red, we have some blue, we have some yellow and some green. And so you might not find yourself feeling like, oh, I'm all this way or I'm all this way. But people, voters, have to weigh those issues and how they're going to affect their lives, like the economy. You'll hear a lot about gas prices and grocery prices and the cost of things. Those are the issues that are very close to home, but we also have these other big issues, and that is what makes a presidential platform. Now, if you wanted to, if you're into this sort of thing, like somebody you know, you could go to their website and you could see what they want in a bulleted list kind of form, what they're looking at as far as their vision for America. So that is public. There's a, you usually look for like Trump's presidential platform. I can't remember what the website is. Kamala Harris for president. You look for something called issues or platform, and that's where that information will be, and you can see what their goal is for our country. Okay, I was on a little bit of a platform there. Where's my little thingy? No, oh no, there we go. Okay, so how does a president even get that done? So I told you that there are issues that are happening across the oceans. There are issues that are happening in education. And so what happens is, oh, sorry, skipped a slide. What else does a president do? Well, they are the leader of all the armed forces, and we call them the commander-in-chief. So they're really the ultimate boss of Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. Like they are the #1 top dog. They will make treaties and deal with other countries. So we are involved. It's called diplomacy. And that's where we try to solve problems with our words instead of with weapons. And it's a very important part of keeping the peace globally. They will nominate other government leaders. They will, if they're in power, when we have a vacancy in the Supreme Court, they can nominate a Supreme Court justice, which is very important power that a president has. They're going to work with foreign leaders and try to build those bridges, not literal bridges, but like bridges of understanding. So they'll meet with the Prime Minister of Israel, or they'll meet with the leader of Canada and try to work out any kind of problems just by sitting down and having a chat, like we encourage you guys to do when you're having a conflict. Have a seat, have a chat, and try to work it out with your words and make a plan. And that's what presidents do with other leaders of other countries. Here is the slide I was looking for. Presidents have to surround themselves with like-minded experts. So when I say like-minded, they have the same vision of the country. So somebody, just something that's popping at the top of my head, former President Trump is working on a kind of alliance with Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is an influential person and has certain visions of the country that former President Trump agrees with. And so if Trump was elected, maybe he would ask Elon Musk to help. I don't know in what capacity. They're saying government efficiency, but all the teachers get to laugh right now when we say the words government and efficiency in the same sentence. We get a little chuckle, because it's not very efficient. But look at all of these people. The Secretary of Education is the right-hand person for the president when it comes to all issues of education in the nation. So school districts and the things that we're learning in school, the Secretary of Education works with the president for that. Secretary of State is like, it doesn't mean like the state of Texas. It means kind of the state of the union, the whole country, and dealing with things inside the United States. The Secretary of Defense is exactly what it sounds like, though. So these people surround the president. It's called the president's cabinet, and there are actually 16. I could only fit 8 on the slide, and I thought maybe you'd be kind of annoyed if I gave you another slide, but all of these people are the experts that surround the president, and they will brief the president. And that means they explain situations that are going on. Secretary of Defense might have a conversation about what's happening in Ukraine and Russia. Secretary of Energy is going to brief the president on different kinds of fuels, non-renewable, renewable, things going on, current event kind of things. And they will solve problems together. And so today you are going to get to brief the chief. So remember, briefing, I don't know what the guy's doing right there. He's very excited. He's coming back and forth to the podium. He's probably needs to, maybe he had too much coffee this morning. He looks a little caffeinated. You guys are going to have the opportunity to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Help guide a president, but a historical president. So I'm going to do something really quickly. I want to know in the chat if when I play this video, if teachers, you can hear the video. I'm going to start it and see if you guys can hear it.
The White House needs your help.
Okay, could you guys hear? It was it played a song and it said, okay, good. Cool. Okay. This is the trailer of the game that you guys are about to be playing. So I'm going to play it real quick.
The White House needs your help. Should LBJ run for a second term? And how might President Lincoln respond to the situation at Fort Sumter? What can President Jefferson do about the Port of New Orleans?
Take on the job of advising the president through historical challenges by talking to people in and around the White House.
Okay, so what's going to happen is you guys are going to head over to Schoology. And before I really get into this, I want to tell teachers, if you feel like you want to do this whole group and kind of show them the ropes, you can. It's made for kids, so you could let them put on their headphones and do it themselves, or they can work on it with a partner if you want. There is a lot of sound because it's going to read things to them. So let me show you where I have these. In your STEM folder, I know it's a little bit weird to have Town Hall T inside STEM, but it's the easiest way. Inside your STEM folder, we have a purple Town Hall T resource folder. And I'm going to be putting all of our recorded sessions here. If you are absent a day and you miss it and you're crying because how am I going to live without seeing Miss Connor without something ridiculous on her head? It's going to be in there. Yay, you. And then any links that we're doing, I'm going to place in the folder. And this link is called Brief the Chief. When you try to open it in Schoology, it's going to look real sad. Remember, you're going to redirect outside of Schoology and it will open. It's going to lead you through. It's going to ask you if you want to like register and just say no thanks. Hit play, and then we're going to say no thanks to the registration right there. And then you're going to have some choices to make. And as you make choices, it's going to give you all the information that you need. So as it mentioned, there's 3 different historical presidents that have some things going on for like that actually happened in their presidency. And you are going to hear from experts, and then you're going to brief the chief, the commander in chief. and help them make the decision. So this is exactly what happens with the President of the United States. They are briefed by experts and then they have to make a choice. Most of the time, these choices are small, but a lot of the times they're really, really big. And if you think about the things that have happened in our history, they've had to make some really hard choices. So today you get to brief the chief, and I hope that you guys really enjoy this activity. I love the iCivics. We're going to be playing a couple of other games as the election gets closer and closer. So excited. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining us here on Town Hall Tea. Now go get busy. Bye.